certainly been a very busy day. Just been Christmas shopping and everything. Saying that, I was trying to think whether we actually have a tradition, Christmas tradition or not. I mean, usually, if we can afford it, we have Christmas dinner, open presents. That's about it, isn't it, hon?
Sorry? What was that?
I was just wondering what we do as a Christmas tradition.
Open prezzies.
And?
Eat food.
And?
Have fun.
And? Don't say the last one, actually.
Well, I was going to say, what? Sleep for half the day.
True, actually. The point I'm making is everyone's Christmas traditions are different. Some people sing songs, sing Christmas carols. Others watch TV. And some people usually end up sleeping throughout the day like we do. But generally we have a good enough excuse to go to sleep, don't we, hon? We usually spend Christmas Eve working. Exactly. The aristocats, on the other hand, have a different way of celebrating. Because they have two different cultures. And when I say cultures, I mean two different classes. You've got the aristocats, Duchess and her kittens, would normally spend Christmas dinner one way, or at least Christmas one way, with their mistress, the Madame. Thomas O'Malley, on the other hand, the alley cat, practices Christmas a different way. And his is more into the value and spirit of Christmas. This story is an aristocat story, and it's called An Aristocatic Christmas. A heavy snowfall blanketed Paris. Duchess sat on the windowsill, gazing at the magical scene. "Look, O'Malley, we're going to have a white Christmas," she cried. O'Malley sat up on his velvet chair. "Sure is pretty, Princess, but winter can be cold and food is scarce." The very thought of going hungry brought down O'Malley's spirits. He was happy living in Madame's mansion with his beloved Duchess and her 3 kittens, Berlus, Toulouse, and Marie. But sometimes O'Malley felt guilty that he was warm and well fed, while his alley cat friends scavenged in trash cans. It just didn't seem fair. "Wait till you see what Madame has prepared for the holiday," Duchess said. It's always quite the celebration." But O'Malley wasn't listening. He was worried about his old friends. He wanted to see them again and make sure they were okay. By Christmas Eve, the whole house glittered with Christmas cheers. "Isn't Christmas magnificent?" Duchess asked O'Malley. "Come, I'll show you the best part." As they entered the kitchen, a host of heavenly smells prickled O'Malley's nose. Spicy puddings, apple tarts, roast goose. "This could be the best part," O'Malley said. "What do you mean, could be?" Duchess asked. O'Malley smiled mischievously. He had a plan. The next day brought a flurry of guests, bearing gifts for Madame. But she wasn't the only one to get gifts. Madame brought out 3 brilliantly coloured bundles. The kittens eagerly tore into their presents. Toulouse got a new set of paints. Balus was given some new sheet music, because he loves to play on his piano. And Marie received a silver bell necklace. She is a lady, after all. Soon it was time for Christmas dinner. But when everyone sat down at the dinner table, O'Malley's seat was empty. "Where can O'Malley be?" Duchess asked, worried. Just then she heard a great clatter at the front door. In strutted O'Malley, followed by his old friend Scat Cat and his band. "Welcome," Madame called, "and Merry Christmas to you all. Please, won't you join us? There is more than enough to go around." As we know, the Madame is a very kind old woman. As the band members happily sat down at the table, Madame rang for the butler. Luckily not the butler that we know. "You may now bring in the roast goose," she said with a smile. "But first, my guests must play for their supper." Madame knew Scat Cat and his friends never turned down a chance to play. They happily started with Jingle Bells before moving on to Deck the Halls. It was a giveriest jingling that had ever jingled a Christmas day. Madame's guests were delighted. They were tired of stuffy Christmas dinner parties. This was the liveliest and most unique party they had been to in ages. "Now this is Christmas," O'Malley declared. And from the look of things, nobody disagreed. I wonder how you're going to spend your Christmas day. Have you asked your mum whether you can help? Then I'm pretty sure your mum would be happy with help setting the table on Christmas Day, or even deciding what you're going to watch. Have you thought about what presents you're going to get? Are you going to spend half the day playing with the presents and the other half admiring them? Are you going to have your cousins come over? Whatever you choose to do this Christmas, I hope it's a merry one for you. And talking of which, it's time to get some sleep and dream of the wonderful presents underneath the tree. Perhaps there's some under the tree right now and you're wondering what's in them. Regardless, remember, the gift of sharing is more powerful than the gift of giving. You have a good night now.